Ladies and gentlemen, lovers and haters, come on in. The water is at a great temperature. Welcome back, folks, to the Brand New Water Podcast with Jam Wilson. I've been a busy boy, ladies and gentlemen. I've been a busy boy. I'm back outside. This may be the last episode with this camera, ladies and gentlemen. So please stay tuned. I got some friends that want to come on board. Things are looking up. The water is very much clean, very much healthy. I am loving life right now. I didn't pod last week. It was Bears versus Commanders. I went out and I watched that. Go Bears. Why? How? No. Does anybody else notice that the minute I said sell the team, we haven't lost a game since? Is it just me? Well, we're a good football team now. We've won 4 straight games. We're good at football now. But it ain't about that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring awareness to Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. I miss when the NFL wore pink all month. But ladies, please go and get a mammogram. Please, ladies. Early detection is important. We can really fight this thing. I have an aunt who had breast cancer. Yes, please. October, breast cancer awareness. Ladies, please. Times a million. Go and get a mammogram for you, for your family, for your loved ones. Nevertheless, irregardless, like I had just previously said, I'm back outside, spending a little coin. And I recently went to the Mumford & Sons concert. Now, anybody who knows me in real life knows that I have a real life fascination with Marcus Mumford and his band of brothers, the Sons. I think it's fascinating that they even agreed to go under the name Sons. Nevertheless, irregardless, they had always been on my bucket list. Always wanted to see Mumford and Sons. They finally went on tour. They were in Pittsburgh last night, and I got a couple things I want to say about the show. First, we're going to start with Pittsburgh as a town. Now, a poor man like myself, I would never disrespect a big city, you know. I'm from a small town. It is what it is. But, man, Pittsburgh, what's your guys' water situation? Like, where does the water go when it rains? Because there seems to be no drainage. As I'm walking to the venue, I am stomping in these puddles because your water's not going anywhere during this rain. What's up with that? Is there a fix in play, or is this a permanent thing? You know, wasn't really feeling the puddles, had to throw away the socks. And those were brand new socks. I could have formed a relationship with those socks. Now we'll never know because they were soaked to the bone. Nevertheless, irregardless, getting to the show, and a Mr. Steven Sanchez is on stage. And I must say, that is a talented individual. I could see him going places. He just put on a great show. Great. His crowd interaction was great, especially for an opening act. He was really giving like main show vibes. Honest to God. One thing I will say, not to put Mumford and Sons in a genre, but a lot of people say they're indie folk, and I don't listen to any other indie folk, so I, who primarily listens to the rap concert, treat everything like a rap concert. So I'm literally there, and I got about 4 joints rolled, and, you know, I'm thinking I'm at least going to be able to get one off, you know. At least going to be able to put one in the air, you feels. But I look to my left, I look to my right, I look behind me. I am surrounded by senior citizens, ladies and gentlemen, and that is no disrespect to Mumford and Sons fan base because it was a real diverse crowd, but my particular seats, I just couldn't get a maneuver like that off. And so I even waited around. I'm going to give my review of the entire show, but this is important. I even waited around. I was like, let me see if somebody else puts one in the air. You know, then I'll be a follower, you know. Want to see how it goes. No smoke. Not at all. Not at all. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing, because listen, it is what it is. But I will say that was a first for me. Every concert I've ever been to, there has been somebody smoking marijuana, and just not at the Mumford and Sons thing. And that's not bad water, you know. That just wasn't the vibe, you know. It just wasn't the vibe for Mumford and Sons. Nevertheless, irregardless, Marcus Mumford and his buddies finally come out, and it's like, wow. Just the pageantry of it. Like, he played every instrument. That's a talented man. He sang, he played the drums, he played guitar. It was like, this is their first tour since the band got back together. They haven't been to Pittsburgh since 2019. So this was special. And so, not gonna lie, frugal me over here, you know, that's a trait I picked up from my old man. Frugal me, this was the most I spent on 2 tickets. It was the prettiest of pennies I have ever spent. And boy, I was almost reduced to tears because of how special of a moment, which apparently they do this at every show. I had no clue that the whole band comes and they perform at a second stage towards the back. I was close enough to throw a drink on Marcus Mumford. I've never been that close to the entertainment, and I can't even put it into words. It was amazing seeing that close. Like, they would not have even needed microphones, how close they were. I'm gonna drop like some footage so you guys see. It was very special. They did songs that I wasn't expecting them to perform. They did a lot of songs off of the album Babel, which Babel, I will stand on this hill. Babel is the best album of the 21st century. I don't care what list comes out. Babel is the best album. It won the Grammy for best album, well deserved. That album is aging like the finest of fine wine. It is great. And so they did more songs off of that than their new album. And I'm not gonna lie, I studied up on the new stuff, just so I wouldn't be a big fat stick in the mud in the crowd. I thought also that it would have been a little more rowdy, but hey, not a rap concert. It's not Playboy Cardi. That's what I had to tell myself. This isn't Kanye West at the Yeezus tour, okay? There's a little calmness to this. I am glad that everybody stood up. I was nervous that people that like, what are the rules? Are people gonna stand? Are we gonna sit? Or what's the deal? Are we just tapping because I was gonna stand, irregardless. I wasn't gonna smoke, but I was gonna stand. That was happening, I had to get the feels, so the show was so good. I probably will never go to an indie folk show again. I'm glad I got it out of the way. It'll always be a special moment. It was 10 out of 10. But I don't know if that's my vibe, Not just because because I'm not going to lie. Y'all know me. I didn't like the joint, but I was hitting the Benjamin the whole show, And I was hitting the Benjamin like the Benjamin gets hit. Normality, no shame in my game. But I like a rap concert where, it's blunts being lit at your multi-million-dollar stadium, I like that. That's my vibe. That's really my vibe, People there, they were drinking their beers, they were tapping their toes. Great time. But I cannot wait to go to a rap concert and do rap concert. Like, I really couldn't do rapper hands. I'm real big on rapper hands. It wasn't none of that at the Mumford and Sons concert. I did one of those once. That was it. Didn't get crazy. I won't lie, a gentleman in front of me had to have been the biggest Mumford and Sons fan you've ever witnessed. I mean, he was jumping out of his seat. Shout out to Bald Man, floor seat. I guess if I was in F, you had to be in G. You had a ball. You had a slice, sir. And that's how I'll be. Like I was telling the person I went, don't laugh at this gentleman. Because we're going to go to a rap concert one day, and that's going to be me. I'm pretty sure the clips are on tour. The Clips are on tour. I know all of Pusha T's stuff. That's gonna be me at the show. Okay? No shame. It just wasn't completely my vibe. But nevertheless, irregardless, people have wanted me to cover the most, and is actually weird to me, is Timbaland with his AI artist. So I'm gonna be quick, rather brief on this subject. Timbaland and his AI artist. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, I didn't even hear the song. I don't care about the song. If he's not gonna take the time, it's just not cool. It's cool. It's one of those things that's cool to an extent. You're making it uncool. If you're not gonna take the time to discover a real, because at the end of the day, AI is cool, but that's not a real person trying to feed their family. Music, one of the most beautiful things about music is working hard at it and getting to a point where you can give opportunity. It's the opportunity in music is what makes music so beautiful, and the fact that you're not really giving opportunity to a real human being. You're not going to take the time to give real opportunity to a real person. It's not for me. It's not for me, and I genuinely do not care. I'm not just saying this for this pod. I like Timbaland. What Timbaland did on that Michael Jackson project, will hang that in the Raptors. But as far as him with a AI and a video, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Nevertheless, irregardless, in world news, the Louvre in Paris has been robbed. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this screams inside job. What do you mean that these jewels from, they say, a 19th century princess, or 19th century, linked to the 19th century, these jewels just robbed in a matter of 10 minutes? They took a giant ass WWE style ladder, climbed through a private window, and took all these. And then it hasn't even been a week, and they're saying these jewels will likely never be found. What are the rules? How did we determine that with that much quickness? How do we get to that conclusion? Likely never to be found. Are you looking? Are you searching for the jewels or not? Because me being a museum connoisseur, me being a museum lover, one of the first places I go when I go to the Museum of Natural History, which hasn't been robbed, France, is the jewels, the Hope Diamond. Some of the most beautiful jewelry in the world. You get the sense when you're in that room that this will be here forever. That there's the level of security. So what do you mean 10 minutes it took to steal these precious jewels, and that they'll likely never be found again? I smell bacon cooking, and it stinks. Okay? It stinks. This screams of inside job, and whatever, I would have loved to have seen them, and so this is my plea. Please return the jewels, or at least a couple of the jewels, for the people who never got to see the jewels. At one point in time, my money was funny, but now I'm learning. I'm learning things, and I say that to say I could be in Paris in 2 years. And I'm going to miss out on these jewels because of this inside job? Why didn't you just... I don't know. I'm not a criminal. I can't swim in a criminal mind. But I will say this screams of inside job. What do you mean you got a giant WWE ladder and climbed up there like Devon Dudley and stole precious jewels in 10 gosh darn minutes? And it hasn't been a month and you're already saying it's likely they'll never be found. What do you mean? I'm just saying, that water seems dirty. That water seems dirty. Nevertheless, irregardless, that is another episode of the Brand New Water Podcast. And we're growing, folks. If you're here at this minute mark, you're probably a real fan. And it's nice, you know. It's nice. It's nice to know that more than just my mom and my old man are listening, but it is nice that my mom and my old man are listening, you know. That is cool. Shout out to Pitch Black, whatever he's got going on. My uncle is top 5 innovative men of all time. Top 5 creative men of all time. Shout out Uncle Chris. You will forever be the man to me. Shout out the fam, you know. Shout out the fam. I just can't wait for y'all to see the improvements. I just can't wait. It's going to be nice. Thank y'all for getting here. And as always, thanks for watching. Brand new.